Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I gotta tell you, I really wish that I was back in South Dakota this weekend. As a lot of you know, I traveled all the way to South Dakota, across the country, staying in different places, starting in New Hampshire, going to Cleveland, Ohio, hitting Missouri, spending some time not only in South Dakota, then in Iowa. And we're going to get to all of it and why I'm moving to Iowa. It looks like this Friday I'm going to try to go take off back to Iowa, find a place, rent it, and get out of the oppressive state that is New York, because I'm sick and tired of being told I have to wear a mask on the streets in 80 to 90 degree weather amongst a bunch of zombie slaves in an upstate community where there have been no outbreaks, hotspots, or whatever. But we're going to disprove all this idea of spikes because of crowds, of hotspots, of the actual mortality rate on this thing. Because if you've been watching me, you've been seeing out of the horse's mouth, aka our Lord and Savior, our God amongst gods, Bill Gates, admitting that these vaccines do not need to do what? Prevent COVID-19 or lower the mortality rate. So then what are they doing? Again, all of these trials, there's not one vaccine that they are saying might prevent COVID-19, okay? That's not what this is about. This is about creating antibodies so far for several weeks to several months. That's the best they got, okay? That is the best they have. And remember, the WHO is what we're going to lead with this, because they also are our gods, our lords. The United Nations, they tell us what to think and how to act. That's why I'm on this platform, right? YouTube is beholden to the World Health Organization, and if I dare question them, well, I'm harmful content. So that's why we're going to show you the World Health Organization now admitting, at best, this has a 0.6% fatality rate. That means a survival rate of 99.4%. And when the representative says that, in a roundabout way, they admit it's actually much lower because they haven't counted all the infections. You see, as they count more infections and people don't die or aren't hospitalized, it drops even further. So that's what we're going to lead with. And then we're going to show you, again, multiple occasions where thousands of people gathered and there were no spikes. And I guarantee you, with the 250,000 people that went to Sturgis this weekend, that's right, 250,000 people, right? There will be no spikes. There will be hype, just like there's hype around the Georgia school, right? Oh, the Georgia school went viral and now they have 9 infections. How many of those 9 infections are those kids going to go into the hospital? Tell me that. And how many of those might be false positives from tests that even Bill Gates is saying are complete garbage? Tell me that. But we don't like rational thinking anymore in this country. And that's a big problem. So guys, before we get to all of it, and we will get to all of it, thumbs the video up, subscribe and share, join the Burmis Brigade. If you can, dig deep, $5, $10, $15, it means the world to me. We're fully demonetized here, now going on 4 months. 4 months. Can you imagine your boss comes in and says, listen, I know you've been around 13 years. I know you have 1,200 products here that are great, that we've already reviewed, but you're harmful content and I'm taking away your money. Well, how do I resolve that? Well, I can't tell you that. Well, what videos have been flagged? None. Well, when will I know whether I'll be monetized again? Who knows? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And I'm not getting remonetized. Let's be honest. I dare to question authority, and that's not cool in 2020, I guess. Watch the documentary films, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. So important right now, because they are 10 and 7 years old and laid a lot of what's going on right now on the line and who's really pushing these agendas, okay? Remember, guys, you can also support me over at rockfin.com. So before I show you Sturgis and the 250,000 people and what real freedom looks like, people having fun, enjoying themselves, I want to reiterate what the World Health Organization has said just this week about the mortality rate of COVID-1984. Okay? Because again, when you listen to this, she's going to outright tell you 0.6% is probably high because we haven't counted the total infections. Remember, how many people are asymptomatic that never got tested? That would lower it dramatically. But again, don't take my word for it. Take our dark overlords at the World Health Organization's word for it, if you must.
What we understand about mortality, there's different ways that mortality can be calculated. And if we look very crudely, if we look at the number of people that have died over the number of people that have been reported, you get a certain percentage. What many groups are looking at right now is what we're calling the infection fatality ratio, which is looking at the number of deaths among all of the people who have been infected. And right now, we don't know how many people have been infected.
Right now, we don't know how many people have been infected. So, again, I want to say it right out of the gates. She's telling you that the mortality rate is actually going to be lower than what she says because they haven't even counted the number of infected people.
Because there are challenges with surveillance and detecting every single one of the cases. And certainly there are many unrecognized cases at the moment.
Certainly there are many unrecognized cases at the moment. See, that's not a degree of certainty. That is absolutely 100% there are uncalculated infections. Certainly. That's what certain means. That means you are 100% sure. Okay?
What we understand from many of these studies, these are estimates of the IFR, the infection fatality ratio, is that the estimates hover around less than 1% of 0.6%.
0.6% is an estimate. And again, these vaccinations that they're working on, Operation Warp Speed, do not prevent COVID-19. They just create antibodies. So now we're talking about a vaccine that will take a IFR, right, infection fatality rate, from 99.4% to what? 99.6, 99.7, 99.9? Like we're talking about a fraction now of 1% that this could do, yet they want a global vaccination program. And minions of the predator class, okay, in the education sector are now telling you that it will not be voluntary and that it should be mandatory, and massive repercussions should happen to those who do not follow along. Now, before I play this propaganda piece from USA Today, I mean, she's got a mask on. Lady, who's standing next to you? The camera guy? Why do you have... Oh, it's all propaganda. That's why. That's why. And she's going to diss this thing, but then we're going to show you people having a great time. And by the way, shout out to Devise Travels. Love to get you on the show and talk about this, because he's got quite a few videos up about this. So I just want to show you the insanity. Okay, the insanity. And people go to me, well, Jason, you don't know if there's going to be an outbreak, Jason. It takes 14 days, Jason. We could all die, Jason. You don't know what you're talking about. Really? Really? Because all these people over here... Oh, that's 2 weeks ago. I don't want to get a copyright strike, but that's 2 weeks ago. Where's the outbreak? Where's the spike? Lord Cuomo was on a conference call saying the infection rate was 0.7% now. So that's 2 weeks ago. Thousands of people. Was there a spike there? Let me show you something else. This was the March at the Brooklyn Bridge, way before then. I don't even want to say the SD word, not South Dakota, because I love you guys. Way to go, South Dakota. But social distancing, I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people in my state on the Brooklyn Bridge. No spike. No outbreak. I'm still in lockdown. We did it. We're in phase 4. We'll just close down gyms and anything else. Lord Cuomo says, a capo for the predator class, 0 spikes. And now I want to show you this. This is MSN Sports. Strange times indeed. Now, notice it's very short. They don't want to show you pictures of people having fun. But they admit 3,500 at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds in spite of the pandemic. Ooh, the scary pandemic. A lot of you know, I attended it. No spike in Iowa, okay? Let me repeat that. No spike in Iowa. We're 3 weeks ago now. Well, you don't know, Jason. There could have been a spike. Guys, this is what a bunch of people having fun looks like, okay? Here, take a good look. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. Clapping, having a good time. Huh. Where's that spike? Woo! No social distancing. Wow. Okay, I can buy a $5 beer. Great. That sounds great. Have that beer. Yeah. Lower it down. I don't want to get that copyright strike. Again, you're getting a little AC/DC in the background. Okay? So once again, and that's Michael Nunn right there, versus Militich. You can clearly see there wasn't any... Oh, look, it looks like my head's luckily covering that there. You can clearly see that, again, thousands of people are enjoying a sporting event, acting and living normal lives. Now we're going to see that on an exponential level with Sturgis. My boy Pat, get him, Pat! Get him! And thank you, Pat and Michael, for putting that event on. Thank you, Monty Cox. Thank you, Governor of Iowa. Okay? So now let's watch some propaganda. This is why you should be in fear, right? We should all just be in fear of the evil motorcycle club that demanded they have their freedom, right? Right, Kathy?
This event has been going on since 1938 and is considered one of the largest motorcycle rallies in the world. In just a couple of hours, this is Main Street here, it will be packed. And due to the coronavirus, crews are out here every night sanitizing the streets and sidewalks. But when it comes to social distancing and mask wearing among attendees, it is encouraged, not required.
Just like it was an encouraged, not required over in Iowa. And even the encouragement, you can shove that right up your ass at this point. How about that? How about that?
This morning, an 80-year tradition rolls on in Sturgis, South Dakota, even during a pandemic. On day one of the rally, Harleys at every turn, but very few masks.
Damn right.
You just be careful. You can't not live life.
Thank you.
The city of 7,000 residents is expected to swell into the hundreds of thousands, with tourists and bikers coming in from all across the country, possibly becoming one of the largest public gatherings since the start of the outbreak.
Not possibly. This was the largest public get-together, 100%. There's nowhere that was even close to this. Not even in the protests, guys. I'll tell you right now, no matter where those protests were, whether it be New York or Portland or any of that, this is the largest gathering. No fires, no riots, no hatred, just a bunch of people living their normal lives like you might have been doing last August. Okay?
Oh, yeah, we'll take precautions and, hopefully everyone will be respectful. We take it seriously, but no reservations. We're really glad to be here.
City leaders say they've prepared for the event by monitoring infection rates and enhancing safety protocols. As for social distancing,
as a municipality in our state, we're fairly limited to what we can do.
So nothing is mandated?
No, it is not mandated, and we cannot do that as a city in this state.
Good. Good. You trying to mandate people gathering is unconstitutional. You trying to promote social distancing is not okay. Even the LARPing I don't like. I don't like the LARPing. That, let's stay safe. You know how you stay safe? You boost your immune system. Oh, am I not allowed to say that? I'm not an authoritative source. I'm not a doctor. Now, don't promote your immune system, Jason. Don't do it.
More than half of the residents surveyed in the city wanted to cancel the event over COVID concerns.
I think it's pretty selfish that the powers that be didn't stop this.
No, they didn't. Oh, it's selfish, is it? Look, Chubby, I'll tell you what you do. What you're going to want to do there is you want to take the face mask off, breathe some real air in, and then, I don't know, take a walk because it looks like you could use it. You're looking a little pale on top, too, maybe some sunlight. But I get to watch two people in fear, Nate Nelson, Sturgis resident, Two people in fear promote more fear. Great. 0.6%.
We can't block off the entrances to our community. And so on a daily basis, we are getting hundreds or thousands of people saying, it doesn't matter what happens, we're coming to your town.
South Dakota's infection rate has remained low compared to many states and currently has fewer than 1,000 active cases. The governor never issued a stay-at-home order or a mask mandate, and now she's pitching businesses to set up shop with this new ad.
Good. She should. Listen, again, I liked South Dakota a lot. Okay, I did. I liked South Dakota a lot. I was in Sioux Falls. It felt way more free than where I am right now. Way more free. So you know what? Good for her.
Here in South Dakota, we trust our people. We respect their rights. We won't shut them down.
Awesome.
And so it's full throttle for this legendary rally.
And to prevent any sort of upswing in coronavirus cases here in Sturgis, free testing will be offered to residents 1 week after the rally, even if they are asymptomatic, so that they can quarantine if needed.
Free testing. There you go. You don't have to have any symptoms. Now, I want to show you this. This is actually Sturgis last night. Okay, and again, shout out to, I think it's Devise Travels. Let's get to a even more crowded area. Oh, look at that. That's what freedom looks like, guys. Look at that. Bunch of people not wearing masks. Doesn't even have to be 80 degrees outside. I bet you it's a cool 65, 70 nighttime. No one standing apart, people touching one another, walking down the streets, talking, huh? Let's see what a bar looks like. Let's see what a bar looks like. Because, you know, I like bars. Oh, look at that. Even more people enjoying themselves, having fun. Oh, looks like we got cut off for a pseudo commercial. I got the ad blocker on. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share while we wait to watch more human beings do their thing, right? More human beings get together, huh? More human beings exercise their right to freedom of assembly. Wow, look at the smile on that guy, huh? Huh? Well, they don't want you to see this. And guess what, guys? There isn't going to be a spike in 2 weeks. Just like there wasn't spikes at the protests we just covered. Right? Like, oh, look at that. Oh, I don't know if we're going to let it get as racy as it could. Let's hope that we're just walking by. Couple of racy shots. But sure doesn't look like anyone's wearing a mask. Huh. How about that? So props to Sturgis. Props to those that refuse to be a slave. Props to those that want the real information out there. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share, guys. Join the Burmese Brigade if you can. $5, $10, $15. It means the world to me. We are fully demonetized on this platform. Without the GoFundMe, I would not be able to do this multiple times a day with real reporting and actual evidence. Check out the documentary films, Loose Change, Final Cut, and Fabled Enemies, especially if you have questions about 9/11 or if you're still cocksure that you've been told the truth about 9/11 by the powers that shouldn't be, by that predator class system. Thumbs the video up. Make sure you are subscribed. Hit the notification bell and share the information with others. Remember, you can also support me over at rockfin.com. I absolutely love you. It ain't about left or right. It ain't about being conservative or liberal, Democrat or Republican. No, 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 no. It is about right and wrong. It is about exposing a predator class that has a transhumanist agenda against the rest of us. And that's the truth. I will talk to you guys soon and see you on the flip side.